Thank you. My name is Anna, and I too, like Carl, was raised by hippies. I think a lot of times when I tell people I was raised by hippies, they think my parents smoked a lot of pot, but actually, in our house, raised by hippies is code for a whole lot of stuff, like my younger brother and sister were born at home in the late 70s and early 80s. So when it came time for me to have my birth, suddenly I had to look at my hippie heritage. And there's nothing that makes you see your hippie heritage like suddenly knowing, just like my mother, I too am going to have a home birth. And so I did. We had some kids at home. So by the time December 19th, 2009 came around, I had a 6-year-old daughter and I had a 3-year-old son, both of whom were born at home with 2 amazing midwives in attendance, really fine, lovely experiences. I had a husband, and I was 40 weeks to the day pregnant with my 3rd kid. And I felt like we were ready for our 3rd and final home birth. This was going to be it. This was going to be the final home birth for our family. And so I was psyched. And then the next day was December 20th, and I was still psyched with no baby. And the next day was December 21st, still psyched, still no baby. This was putting me in a little bit of new territory. Both of my other kids had been a couple of days early, so here we are, still waiting. It's December, it's cold, it's dark, it's vacation time, a lot of our friends are gone, we're just hanging around the house. It's like we're waiting for a party that just won't start. So the days drag on. It's now December 30th. I'm now 11 days past my due date. My home birth midwives will not attend a birth past 42 weeks, and I'm like, we got to get this party started. And I'm antsy. At this stage, I'm antsy. I can't get settled. I'm having strong contractions, but they're not doing anything. The days are dragging on. So after dinner on December 30th, I told my husband, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm maybe going to sit down and read for a little bit. Maybe that'll help calm me down. At 6:20, I said, oh, you know what? Things are looking good, actually. I'm feeling pretty good. It's time to call the midwife. A sentence that many of us look forward to saying at some point in our life, call the midwife. So he calls the midwife, he calls our friend who's supposed to be around to do backup childcare for us, watch the kids while we have a baby in the next room. So good, I'm excited, good. But then it's 6:25 and suddenly I realize that not only am I going to be having a baby, but I'm going to be having a baby really soon, like in the next few minutes. So my husband is on the phone again. Hey midwives, when are you going to get here? Hey childcare person, when are you going to get here? When you have a home birth, your midwives are going to help you get some stuff together. So we've got our big boxes of supplies. They're sitting in the closet in my bedroom. My husband is getting them out, things like the shower curtain that you can spread on the floor to keep your floors tidy. He's plugging in the heating pad that you're going to use to heat up the baby after the baby is born. He's getting out the little hats, the little blankets. He's running around like crazy getting all of this stuff ready. I am perfectly calm. I know exactly what I have to do, and not only do I know exactly what I have to do, but I'm going to do it regardless. So, and I'm not at all freaked out. I'm just completely calm, completely into it. At 6:30, I say, I'm going to have to push. There's just nothing that's stopping it. I have to push. So this is 10 minutes after we've called our midwives. My midwife, one of them is coming in from Stoneham, one of them is coming in from somewhere else, and they're not going to quite make it clearly. I think a lot of women at some point when they're pregnant hear from friends, a lot of jokes, oh, I hope your partner's ready to catch that baby. We actually hear this story, I think, a little bit more than other people because my husband, he's a nurse. But he's a nurse on a cardiac floor, and I don't even think he's ever even seen a vagina at work. Usually I tell people, I'm planning on having a baby, not a heart attack, but right now I'm going to take whatever I can get. So luckily he doesn't have much to do because actually I give 2 pushes, I say catch, and he catches. And then Eli was born. And we sat in the very same room, the very same bed where we started making Eli. And it was just me and my husband and my baby. And it was the most peaceful, calm time of our lives. About 15 minutes later, our midwives did get there. They checked out the baby. He had obviously been fine. He came out pink and beautiful and ready to live his life. And until they got there and checked him out, we just sat there and enjoyed each other's company. That was a while ago. Eli's 3. Like many 3-year-olds, he can be a lot of work. I was pregnant with him for 40 weeks and 11 days. I was in labor with him for 20 minutes, and then I gave 2 pushes and he was born. Being his parent is a lot harder than that. And I often try to think back to that first gift that he gave me, which was those 15 most peaceful minutes in my life. And I try to keep that gift with me. And I also try to remember, if you're gonna decide to have a baby with somebody, make sure your partner's a good catch. Thank you.